Hey, hi. I'm Mona, and if you're here, you found Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot. It's time for another reading. So let's go ahead and get started. I have the Angel Tarot and the Whale deck, and at the end, I have a little lottery thing we're going to do. All right, so let's go ahead and get general energy here to start out. Hope everybody's doing okay, happy, healthy, and safe. All right. General energy for today's reading is the moon, secrets and illusions, right? That's what the moon represents. Secrets and illusions. Somebody up here in their own little dream world, right? Thinking that, they know something, right? But we have something that's in the light and something that's in the dark, right? As represented by these animals, the light animal and the dark animal. I think they're wolves or something like that. So that's what the moon represents. Angel of dreams is what it says at the bottom of the card, right? Somebody's in their own little dream world, secrets and illusions, right? Now, on the reverse, all those secrets and illusions have come to light, right? This is about finding out the truth. So, either way, it could resonate. We'll keep it in the upright. Let's go ahead and get 5 cards to start out here. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Well, not really. Unless you're here to listen to a story, then I'm glad you're here. But if you're here to solve a problem, hopefully we can get some help for you, right? See what we can do. Somebody out there might be dealing with some sort of secrets and illusions, So let me get 5 cards to start out here. If you are new here, I hope everything's going okay with you. If not, we'll try to see what this story comes out with and if there's any good advice here for anyone, right? That's what we do here. We try to find advice, good sound advice, realistic advice, right? No willy-nilly, no woo, none of that stuff, all right? This is real life stories here, right? We're not trying to, I don't even know, you guys. I'm just trying to give you a reading and give you some good advice, right? I don't need to do all kind of crazy stuff to keep you here because, to be quite honest, you shouldn't be hanging out on tarot all day, all right? It's really not healthy. Tarot can be addictive, and just like any addiction, you want to get rid of that addiction, right? Oh, look at that. We need one more card here, but over here, that's all we want. We just want to try to get you to feel better, or I just want to get you to feel better. I don't want you to be in depression or anxiety or sadness or any of that stuff. It's time for you to, be the person that you're supposed to be. Strong, motivated, healthy, and happy, right? At the bottom of the deck, we do have the 10 of Cups. There you go. Happy family, happy home, right? Look, home. That's good, right? Happy family, happy home. Things are going your way. Everything is good. Now, unfortunately, that's a 50-50 card. So that also means that someone out there is not very happy. All right, not very happy about a situation. I'm not sure. It could be anything. Anything that you feel like is home. It doesn't even have to be with the family. It could just be yourself. And however your life is going for you, it seems all right. But then we have the other people who are just not doing well. They're not happy where they're at. They're disappointed. All kind of sadness going on. Things are not going their way. And unfortunately, that's real life. Things sometimes work out great and sometimes they don't. So the first card we have here is a 3 of Cups. So this is either a third party or a celebration. Now, depending on how the cards go, it's hard to tell. Because the 3 of Cups, we got celebration right there. Maybe somebody's being celebrated. We grab the cards. I grab the cards for a reason. Whatever I'm guided to grab, this is what I'm going to get. And so apparently, somebody might be celebrating with other people. Happy about a situation. Happy about maybe finding out the truth or something like that. 9 of Pentacles. comfort, right? Nine of Pentacles is a single person who can take care of themselves, right? Somebody's comfortable here with their life. Could be living a happy family, happy home, right? And then we have Knight of Cups. This one says spirituality. So somebody here may like to speak about emotional stuff, right? That's what the Knight of Cups is. And because spirituality came out in this with this card, and it's highlighted there, somebody may, talk about religion or spirituality, right? Things that uplift them. And, when you have some sort of faith in your life or anything, right? For me, I choose God and I choose, to be like Jesus, but everybody's got their own thing, right? Somebody out there might be, I consider myself spiritual, okay? And you might too. I'm not a Bible person, but I'm a spiritual person. And somebody might be, speaking like that or encouraging with words of spirituality or religion or however you want to put it. Okay? And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, dedication. All right. Now the Eight of Pentacles here is somebody working alone. Right? A lot of readers have this card confused. I don't know how. Because the definition is right there. But this is usually a person who is working on their own, working on their craft, and they're doing it alone. So if we're talking about you, and you're the person who's a spiritual person or whatever you're doing, you're probably working alone. You're probably, maybe studying alone, working alone, the project that you have going on, you're doing it yourself. So you could be like a do-it-yourselfer or a self-made person. You did it alone, and that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. But in the end here, somebody is lacking creativity, because we also have the Queen of Wands here at the end, but she's in the reverse. We got somebody here who's lacking some sort of creativity. Queen of Wands in reverse can also be kind of like an angry person. Okay. So you got to kind of try to not be so angry, whoever you are. And it could be anyone, because if you don't know your birth chart, you don't even know if you have fire in your birth chart, where you probably do. You probably do. And you know what? If you click the drop down of this video, I do have a link that you could follow. It's like Astro Cafe or something like that. I can't remember because I haven't been there for a while. But it's about, it's you can look up your natal chart. You can get that for free. You don't have to pay anybody, and it's private. Yeah, that's the best part. It's private. So whatever comes out for you, it comes out for you. You could see and check it out. See what's in your birth chart. But we do have somebody here who might be a little angry. Maybe they're lacking some creativity, right? We don't like to deal with the angry people, though. Anger doesn't get you anywhere. You got to be kind to others. That's where you're going to get somewhere. When you're kind to others, people tend to want to cooperate. People tend to want to, spread that kindness. So there could be some sort of illusion here that somebody is not very kind at all. Somebody might be acting or, making people think that they're kind, but in the end, we got an angry individual here. So maybe we got a faker here? I don't know. This could be you and another person, or this could be you all together. Let's try to see if we can get you in a better mood, because we don't like angry people. Anger doesn't help any. That's devil energy. The devil makes people angry, And, when that happens, people don't know what to do. They lack the creativity to be kind and normal. You know what I mean? So the best thing to do is let's try to find out what's going on with this anger right here, or hostility, whatever this is. And let's try to see if we can get somebody to feel better. Because it's guaranteed it's probably not your fault you're so angry. Unless you did something and you might be mad at yourself, that's a different story. But let's find out. We got the Three of Cups celebration right here. Right? What do we have for this celebration, or Three of Cups, right? Is this a third party or a celebration? What's going on here? Looking for the card for celebration. 2 more cards, please. So it doesn't quite look like a celebration. We're going to put this top card back because I only want 3 cards. But what do we have? 8 of Wands, and it's in the reverse. Darn. Somebody's having a hard time creating stability where they're at. Somebody's having a hard time to communicate. Okay. So, let's find out why. We got the bottom of the deck, 7 of Wands here. 7 of Swords. Now, the 7 of Swords right here is about somebody trying to get away with something. Somebody trying to be sneaky. So somebody might be dealing with a third party that's sneaky and underhanded. But this is a 50-50 card. So that person who is being underhanded may not know that somebody realizes that they are being sneaky. So that's another thing. Somebody may know about their secrets and their illusions. Yeah, wah, wah, wah. So whoever here is on the negative side of this, it looks like somebody's being found out somehow or some way. And that could be why somebody here is being celebrated, because they're exposing them. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles could be the one who's doing that. She's in the upright. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is generous. She doesn't mind putting in time to help others, right? This person is stable and they're balanced and they're grounded and, they're nurturing, right? Generous. That's the main thing about the Queen of Pentacles. She's a very generous person. Now, also, Queen of Pentacles, unless a King of Pentacles comes out in this deck, then it could be this person's, partner. But if not, the Queen of Pentacles is usually a single or divorced, or, not a single, a divorced or widowed individual, right? Not single. Single would be the 9 of Pentacles right here. But if we get over there and it's the same person, then it's all the same person, right? Yeah. Let's see, though. We'll see, because it could be someone else. Now we have the 3 of Swords here. Now the Queen of Pentacles was heartbroken, right, over a situation, right? Or somebody else is heartbroken over the Queen of Pentacles celebration. It's one or the other, right? Let's see what this final card is. 4 of Swords. And somebody doesn't want this heartbreak to end for her. Yeah, this is what sucks. We got somebody out here who's trying to get away with trying to break a Queen of Pentacles heart, to make her upset. They don't want to stop doing this. But unfortunately, this person celebrated. And you know what? To be honest with you, this person might have it all together. And this is why this person can't be broken. You know what I'm saying? This person has already been through things. She sees the lies and deception. You can't get away with it when it comes to her. Or him. It could be a guy too. Because a guy could have all those same qualities. Kind, nurturing, stable, generous. Men can be that way too. Right? So let's see what this 9 of Pentacles is. Comfort. So, if this is her and she's living in comfort and is celebrated because of some realization about some underhanded stuff, then it's most likely that the 9 of Pentacles person, this comfortable person, could be this Queen of Pentacles. A single lady who was divorced or widowed. She's single for some reason, right? Or he. Let's see. Okay, so this one, I kind of feel like this one was first. We'll just keep it like that. They're in reverse anyway, so. We need one more card for this 9 of Pentacles person, single and abundant. We're going to put this one back. This one's in the reverse. This one's in the upright. Now, somebody here may be trying to stop someone's money somehow. Trying to take that 10th pentacle away, right? Because we have 9 and this would be 10. So somebody here might be trying to sabotage someone's happiness. It's possible. It's always possible. When people are happy, people just love to sabotage their happiness. There's always a hater out there. So always remember that. If you're feeling troubled because you feel like someone is bothering you and they just are trying to ruin you need to stay away from that person. Yeah, because that person doesn't care about you, and and it might be a lover, it could be a friend, it could even be a family member, God forbid, right? Unfortunately, we have toxic family members out there that sabotage people's lives all the time. I don't even talk to any of my family members. I'm not interested. I have one, but it's just kind of like a little chit-chatty thing, right? But most of the other ones, I don't even want them in my presence. I don't really want to hear from them or anything. And you might be in that same situation, because I've come to realize that there could be karmic friends, there could be karmic family members, there could be karmic relationships, love relationships. Karmics come in all shapes and sizes, right? It's just up to us to realize our own worth and our own strength to separate ourselves from these people, you know? All right, so we have this Eight of Wands here. Somebody's definitely trying to mess with somebody's stability. But, you know, that could also mean swift messages coming in, people finding out about this, right? I kind of feel like we got some third parties out there trying to disrupt the Queen of Pentacles energy, somebody who's single and abundant. Trying to break this person's heart, trying to continue with the fighting, arguing, bickering, whatever it is that's hurtful, right? But this person is you know, creating stability for themselves. But somebody here is definitely trying to stop that stability some way or somehow. Unfortunately, you know, Nine of Pentacles lady is already kind of sitting in the lap of luxury, or is already comfortable. So it's kind of difficult to do that. Yeah, look, Three of Cups are not going to be able to do that to this person. No, Three of Cups in the reverse. Five of Cups in the reverse. Five of Cups is about sad over the loss of this relationship. And you know what? Nine of Pentacles lady or guy doesn't really care. That's how the Nine of Pentacles person gets to that position, is they stop caring about what others think about them. Because they love themselves, they're balanced, they're grounded, they're good within themselves. But when you have other people out here trying to wreck that, it's not possible, especially at this level. Finally, we have the Ace of Wands, and that represents the Strength card. Somebody here could have Leo in their chart, but other than that, this person could be, you know, looked at in a positive light as a strong individual, right? So we could be talking about the same person, or we could be talking about two separate people. But I kind of feel like we're talking about one person where there's another person, group, or people, places, thing, whatever it is, who's trying to destroy somebody's comfort. They're trying to destroy somebody's happy home. And they're trying to do it with secrets and illusions, right? But you can't do that with a person who's already comfortable with themselves. Are you comfortable with yourself? Ask yourself that question. You know? Are you comfortable with yourself? Because you're going to have people who hate you out there. You're going to have people who like you out there. Weigh that out. Why do people hate you? What are you doing for people to hate you? And what are you doing for people to like you? And then look at the groups of those people and see which ones are good and which ones are bad. I guarantee you that the people who don't like you, if you're not doing good by them, they're going to hate you. But if you have a group of people that you do right by them, they're going to love you. Right? So we have two sides. We got some bad people out here, got some good people out here. So let's go ahead and grab that Knight of Cups right here. Spirituality. You know, yeah, I'm curious. What is that all about? Right? Some of you could be spiritual. Maybe you read tarot like me. You know? Maybe you like to drop by to hear a little story time. You know, because that's what this is. You know? And I've noticed a lot of people out there, other readers, and, oh, they're stealing my content. Well, you know what? The way I see it, I am just strictly trying to help people. People can steal my content if they want. The karma for that, I don't know. I don't know. But if they're using me to help other people and it's working, that's good. The problem here is God doesn't condone lying, cheating, stealing. So if you're stealing, I mean, I'd hate to see what your karma is for that. But hey, if it's helping people, then maybe some of my work is getting done. You know what I mean? It's okay. If you're helping people with it. Now, if you're, you know, for me, I don't like to take money because Jesus never took money to heal anyone, which is why I don't monetize this channel or anything like that, because I want to help. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say about that, you know? Let's just keep going. We got spirituality, Knight of Cups, okay? Knight of Cups. Okay. Five of Pentacles, being left out in the cold. So somebody could be being left out in the cold because of their spirituality. We might have people out here who are not spiritual or religious or anything like that. Maybe they, they're kind of like doing evil stuff on the side. And yeah, somebody could be trying to sabotage a person who is spiritual, who has a lot of love in their heart, who likes to speak the word of love to others. Look at that. Knight of Cups right there at the end. It's like a Knight of Cups sandwich. So we have somebody out here who speaks, about love and spirituality, whatever, right? Whatever the case. And then we have these two people here. What is it? Oh, this. So somebody is dealing with, they're trying to get this Knight of Cups individual who speaks kindly and loving and emotionally and, good things. We have somebody here who is trying to leave this person out in the cold by lying about them. You see that? Ace of Swords in the reverse. Gosh darn it. Right? But look what's involved with them. We got the Five of Wands here. This is devil energy. This is somebody who is mean and nasty. They could have codependencies and addictions. They probably lie, cheat, and steal. So we have somebody here who's trying to do all this to somebody who's kind and loving. That's a common story. This is nothing new, you guys. This is a common story. Somebody out here who's good and kind. Everybody loves to take advantage of those people, right? But some of those people have hidden strengths. So you should always be careful on who you're trying to come up against. And if the person is nice and respectful, why would you want to be mean to that person? Why? Why on earth? If you do, then you have a problem. You have some issues of your own that you need to tackle, because they're not going to get any better if this is your attitude towards people who are kind and generous. You're actually digging yourself into a hole, into a pit. You're digging your own grave, because God doesn't condone people who go against the kind ones, the ones who possibly walk in the steps of Jesus or something like that, you know what I mean? So, this is a problem. Unfortunately, for the people who are in that devil energy, obviously, this is a 50-50 card. They're dealing with somebody who does not deal with devil energy. Of course not. Not if they're spiritual. Not if they speak words of love. Right? So let's keep going. Very interesting. Right? Very interesting. Eight of Pentacles. This is obstacle or advice. And it says dedication. Now, the Eight of Pentacles is about working on your craft and doing it alone. Are you dedicated to completing the task? You gotta be. You have to be. Whatever your goal here is in this situation, with whatever you're dealing with, it's obviously finding out the truth. It's obviously having a happy home. It's obviously celebrating yourself and comfort and living in your own truth of, what your beliefs are. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, and somebody might be wondering, can I be dedicated to this? Right? With the way it's going right here, I feel like, yes, you can be dedicated to this because you are backed by your spirituality. Yeah, you should not worry. It looks like you will be celebrated and you will continue your comfort with your happy home because you know the truth and because it's backed by whoever it is you pray to, right? Whatever faith you have, right? Because we don't like the devil. We don't like the devil energy. We just don't. And we're not willing to deal with it. All right. Very good. Eight of Pentacles, dedication. Now, the advice here is just to stay dedicated, right? Dedicated to who you are. Don't change for anybody, especially if you're this nice person right here. Yeah, don't change. Seems like you have a lot of dedication to your craft, which could be, like I said, it could be anything. All right. more cards. Now, ooh. We're going to put this one back. This is the Two of Cups, and it's in the upright, but we're going to put it back. This indicates that somebody here is loved very much. You may not know it because it came out and I got to put it back, but you are. You are. If you feel like you're not loved and no one cares, know that you are loved. And you are cared for. Now, if you're not communicating with a bunch of people, then you're never going to really know, and that's okay. Because people can still care and love you from a distance. You know what I mean? They don't need to be in your face telling you, I care or love for you. You know what I mean? They don't. But if you feel like you don't have that energy going on, but everything's going okay, you're feeling okay, it's most likely the projection of love is around you already. Especially if your life is good and you're happy and all that stuff. You have already been projected with the energy of love from those maybe at a distance. Good projections, right? Not bad ones. At the bottom, look, you also have someone here who is definitely still trying to get away with something. They're trying to get away with hurting you. They're trying to get away with bad stuff. Now, the reason why they're doing that is because you are dedicated. You are dedicated to yourself and to your goals and whatever you got going on. People out there might think that you're weak because that's a strength card in reverse. People might think that you're not strong enough to do this, but guess what? We got the Ten of Pentacles right here. This is longevity. This is balance, grounded, abundance, all the good stuff that you want. It's here. And look at this. You're seen as a Queen of Wands upright. Male or female. Now, the energy of this person, Queen of Wands, male or female, is this. Kind, nurturing, passionate, goes after their goals. That's it. You know, they might not tell everybody what they're doing exactly. They might say a couple things here and there, but they don't divulge all of it. So we're dealing with somebody who is a Queen of Wands upright. But in the end, we have the Queen of Wands reversed. So, I mean, that could be you. You might feel like you lack creativity. Or you might feel like you're not, you know, people don't see you in a certain light, but they do. So you could have some sort of energy around making you feel less than. It's not true. It's only you that can make you feel like that. Right? If you don't feel less than, why are you, you know, or if you don't know how people are thinking about you, it really doesn't matter. It's all about what you think about for yourself. Do you feel less than? You really shouldn't. Especially if you're succeeding and doing things well, whatever the case. I kind of think that we have someone out there just has a little bit of low self-esteem. That's all with this person. Especially with all the cards going on here. Unless, you guys, unless we have a Queen of Wands upright dealing with an evil Queen of Wands reverse. And that's always possible too. Queen of Wands reverse who is trying to get away with something, but they just can't. They just can't, because the Queen of Wands reverse is somebody who is angry, pissed off, possibly in devil energy, and somebody here may know it. Somebody here may know it. Your outcome could be here, and somebody else's outcome could be there. So let's find out what's wrong with this Queen of Wands over here, who lacks creativity, who's angry all the time, you know? I don't think it's the same, it's not the same person. The person over here has too much going on, has too many good things. Regardless of all these people right here trying to sabotage them or make them feel a certain way, I don't think they can because of the amount of spirituality or their faith they have within them. You can't really break a person like that. Someone who's honest and truthful and all that. You can't really do that. So we could have somebody trying to break a Queen of Wands upright, trying to make them be this way, when in actuality it is them that lacks creativity, who's angry all the time. It's probably got a lot of problems now. Let's find out. Queen of Wands, tell me about the Queen of Wands. Somebody who just has no creativity. Somebody could be jealous of this Queen of Wands creativity. That is another thing. Okay, that is another thing. I'll take them in the upright because, well, this one anyways. This one was in the upright. But I'll take this one in the upright because it was exactly sideways. Because we want to kind of bring whoever this is out of their shell. We want to make them more happier. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, putting it upright. Okay, it's like, let's try to see, I don't know, let's see, let's get another card, right? What is this? King of Pentacles. So I told you if a King of Pentacles came out here, it could be this person, but we're too far in advance. Somebody here might meet a King of Pentacles upright. This guy's all right. He's a cool guy. At least he's not King of Pentacles reverse. King of Pentacles reverse is a straight criminal. Lying, cheating, stealing, fraud, all that stuff. But in the upright, he's like a good guy. Right? Somebody could be mad that this Queen of Wands with no creativity could be dealing with someone like this, or someone like this, she could be mad because the good person is meeting someone like this, Queen of Pentacles. Who knows? I'm going to put that back. Bottom of the deck are the Eight of Cups. Oh my gosh, we start the reading with the moon and we end the reading with the moon. Secrets and illusions. But like I said, those secrets and illusions will be found out. Okay? They will be found out. Secrets and illusions will be found out. They always do. They always are. Lies can't go on forever. They just can't. Somebody always gets caught slipping and somebody always finds out the truth. That's why you just tell the truth all the time. Then you don't have to remember what lie you told, right? All right. So this Queen of Wands, creativity in reverse. Poor thing is angry, but this person doesn't have a lot of love, unfortunately. This only person's got maybe one cup. Not too many people like this person. I kind of feel like now we are talking about the person who's possibly against this Queen of Pentacles over here. Queen of Wands is an angry individual. She doesn't have much love. If she has any love, she only looks out for number one. You know what I'm saying? Has no care in the world for anybody else. Lacks creativity. Angry all the time. Not too many people like that person. Why? Because of this Seven of Swords right here. This person is sneaky. They're trying to get away with something. Lying, cheating, stealing. That's what the Seven of Swords is. And I mean, I tried to give this person the benefit of the doubt the best I can, but bad things are coming out. And this person's real defensive even. If you talk to this person, they probably like to argue with you and fight with you and just hold your breath and walk away. You know what I mean? You don't want to deal with people like this. You know, if they're not defending you in a positive way, we have a missing card. This card's missing. I must have picked it up. That's it. That's how it's going to stay. You can go back, you can rewind and find out what that is. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it. But we do have someone here. Unless the Seven of Swords. Was the Seven of Swords right there? You know what? I don't know, you guys. I don't remember. But I did notice it's missing. But we have the Seven of Wands right here. And the Seven of Wands right here is telling me that somebody is definitely being defensive. You know, Queen of Wands in the reverse is somebody that gets all angry real quick and out of control. And it's easy for anybody to get out of control, you know, especially online nowadays. I'm really good at breaking people down online. I actually have a good time doing it. It's probably not nice of me, but some people deserve it. But some people out here are trying to defend others, though. That's why they do it. To defend others. To help others. This person is just trying to defend themselves on some sort of sneaky action that they took. And they don't really have any love from anyone around. And that's a shame. But who knows? Maybe that person will change their ways someday. We can only hope and pray that they do. Right? We can't hate everyone around us. We can only try to make them better. Right? That's all we can do. But if they are doing things to cause you problems and all that, it's better just to stay away. Just stay away from them, do your own thing, and just ignore them. They're just going to continue being haters, and that's all we can deal with, right? That's all we can figure out anyways. So I did get this book. I don't know, for some reason I felt like grabbing this book. It's called The Little Pocket Book of Mindfulness by Anna Black. And I said we were going to do the lottery with it. So this is what I mean by the lottery. This is the lottery. So it opened to this. It says, seeing. I love drawing portraits. And when you draw someone's face, you have to really look at them and see them. You are not judging the length of the nose or the size of the ear, but noticing with how a certain line aligns with this one, or a particular angle comes down from another, and so on. When you draw someone, you need to get up close to them and you feel a connection. The following practice does not involve any drawing, but it does require looking. Your subject could be another person, a pet, or inanimate object, such as a flower or a stone, or even view from a window. This says, take a position where you can see your subject clearly and settle into your seat. Connect first to the breath and then the body. Begin looking ahead at the subject. Just open your eyes to whatever comes into your field of vision. Notice any urge to turn your head in search of something more interesting, but if you do, just bring your head back in the same way that you escort the attention back when your mind wanders. Notice any thoughts arise, let them go, or label them as judging, planning, past, or whatever is appropriate. Rest your eyes on the subject, perhaps letting them roam without turning your head. From time to time, become aware of the breath like a radio playing in the background, moving the attention backwards and forwards in a way that feels right for you. Finish by focusing on breath. You know what this sounds like? This sounds like meditation while drawing, while doing some art. This advice here is for this person who lacks creativity. It doesn't align with this person. It aligns with the person who lacks creativity. So if the person who's lacking creativity is watching today, maybe you should try a little bit of meditation. You know, I'm talking about the person who's the negative aspect of the reading. You got to try to get it together. You got to control your anger. You got to relax. Okay? I know I got both sides watching my reading. I got the bad side and the good side all the time. I know it. It doesn't mean I don't want to help the bad people, right? You can heal yourself. You can fix yourself. You can become loved again, right? There has to have been a time in your life where everyone loved you because you were doing well and you were kind and you were good. What happened? You know? Are you mad that someone else is looked at differently because you're not looked at like that anymore? That's not your problem. You shouldn't worry about what other people are doing and what they got going on for them. You need to focus, this person over here, you need to focus on doing better for yourself and finding happiness for yourself. Stop focusing on other people. Unless it's your job, then you shouldn't focus on other people, what they got going on. Right? And even if it is your job, you should never be mean and nasty to anyone. Because that will definitely bring you down. And people will look at you in a certain, not light, but darkness. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys. I wish the best for both sides, really. I always do. You can't be mad at one side or the other. Resentment is so bad. Anger is so bad, right? If you stay in a resentful energy, it will get you nowhere, especially if you're trying to manifest for yourself. Yes. If you don't try to turn things around for yourself and just find happiness and being grateful and be friendly and helpful to others, there's no way you're going to manifest anything for yourself. That's the magic of manifestation. It's basically to be like Jesus. I know I bring that up all the time, and I'm sorry if some people out there don't like me saying that, but it's the truth. If you can't be kind and generous and caring and helpful to others, you're never going to manifest anything good for yourself because of cause and effect. The more meaner you are to people, the more bad things will come to you. The more kinder and helpful you are to people, the more the miracles start to rolling in and growing, and you're just going to be like, whoa, I can't believe this. You know, like, I mean, that's how I look at it. Like, whoa, I can't believe this. All the time I'm doing that. Because you got to be a certain way. You got to be kind and generous, friendly, helpful. All right, you guys, that's all I have. If it resonated, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Also, keep it true love energy. Happy, friendly, loving types. We have nothing to fear as long as we stay calm and cheerful. I'm Mona. It's Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.